Hi, team. I hope everyone's doing incredibly well. I want to start off by saying that it was wonderful to see all of you in New York. I'm a little sad that this will be our last video together, but very excited to know that this is just the beginning of many more memories to come. The final leadership video for curriculum is going to be discussing the do's and don'ts for professional development. And this is going to focus more in terms of the planning and preparation that needs to take place so that instead of being very reactive when something happens within a PD session, we're very proactive to make sure that every single time we as the instructional leaders of our school meet with our staff, that they are incredibly happy with the time that is being spent. They know that the session was very beneficial for them and that we have planned and executed sessions that are going to be extremely beneficial for the students of our campus. So today we're going to be looking at the do's and don'ts for professional development. Now, if we take a look at the first picture that we see, picture is very unorganized. You see papers everywhere, just everything shoved together, just trying to compile whatever it is that we can. We look at the desk, and again, we see a commonality that's just very disorganized. It looks like we've got to-do lists that we need to do, so many different forms that we have to fill out, documentation that needs to be prepared, and just so many people pulling us in all directions. It can be extremely hectic when we're trying to plan such successful professional development sessions. However, all of the tasks of our job are just pulling us in 100 directions. We have to stop ourselves and make sure that we don't fall into the trap, and that's the trap of being unorganized. There are several downfalls to being unorganized, especially in terms of professional development sessions. That could mean the appearance of you being incompetent as the instructional leader, you being unknowledgeable of the information that you are going over, and just you appearing as you are unreliable in any of the tasks that you do. So you want to make sure that you do not fall into the trap of being unorganized, as it will give a false perception of what reality is. And within our profession, perception is the reality that most people will begin to believe in and trust. So we want to make sure that the perception that we're giving is always the best at that particular moment and is always giving 100% of ourselves. Now, some reasons for giving this false appearance. There's several that may go into this false appearance that can lead to you being unprepared for a professional development session. Some of those reasons include just hectic schedules that you're going to have as being the principal or school leader, unexpected meetings with the staff or a parent that need to be dealt with at that particular time, just too much on our plates, and trying to maintain this work-life balance that sometimes, if we don't get the job done, can be very hectic and strain on just our overall health and well-being. Now, things that you do not want to do is to wait until an hour or 30 minutes before you prepare your materials. You want to make sure that you plan a PD session you do not plan a PD session quickly without seeking feedback. You want to make sure that you do not create the visual minutes before a session is scheduled, that you do not plan an event or schedule a meeting that will extend into a professional development session time and make you seem as if you are just continuously late to your sessions. You want to set the expectation for your staff and your leadership team, and if you're going to talk the talk, then be ready to walk the walk. Now we see our first picture here, and that this is how we do not want our staff to look like in our PD sessions. Very bored, disengaged, and just looking at the clocks, making sure that the session is going to be over as soon as possible. We want staff that's going to be incredibly excited, energized, and ready to learn so that they can do the best for our school and for our students. So some things that you do want to do is to have all your materials ready beforehand. You want to discuss the session topic with your lead team and plan out an agenda. You want to seek feedback on the session. You want to have all visuals prepared beforehand, and you want to ensure that there is travel and preparation time in your schedule. Just as you push teachers to be prepared for daily lessons, you as the instructional leader should set that and be prepared for all of your PD sessions. Now, there are several perks to this creating a positive perception and being organized. Some of those include showing that you're always on top of your game, that you appear competent in anything that you do or say, and that it gives a sense of reliability to the staff, that they know that every time they're going to enter a PD session, it is going to be successful and effective. And you always want to make sure that you are aware of your schedule so that you do not have to work twice as hard to make up for one bad session. Now, the next picture is what we're going to strive to be. Very professional, on time, organized, and ready to handle whatever comes our way. We want to avoid any type of situations in our PD that could make our staff appear this way. And we want to make sure that we're planning, executing, and ensuring that every action leads to a staff that is energized, ready to go, and do whatever needs to be done for the success of themselves, for our kiddos, and most importantly, for our community. So I want to thank you for your wonderful time that we were able to spend together. And again, if there's anything that you need, I'm always here to help. Remember, do's and don'ts to professional development, and I'm confident that my team members will always be successful. Thank you, guys.